Well, good evening, sales team optimization oracles. Welcome back again. It's Glenn Guilfoyle from The Next Level, and we come to you every month like this on video and in written form on www.salesystem.com.au with a topic of interest in the noble pursuit of B2B sales team optimization. Now, I promised you last installment that I would delve a bit deeper into the topic we explored then in regards to how to backfill incomplete current value and potential value across your customer base, which in 98% of the instances that we've come across over 20 years or thereabouts is the reality most of you face. So, leveraging from where I left off, so please go back to last quarter's bulletin for a recap if required. But moving forward and leveraging from where we left off, let's assume you fall into the 80-20 rule and find yourself amongst the majority B2B sales organizations in that you sell your widgets or wares down a channel to an end user or consumer via a dominant player in between in the form of a wholesaler or distributor. And subsequently, you only have partial line of sight on your sales volume to the end user or customer due to partial data sharing cooperation from the wholesaler or distributor. In this usual scenario, any data you're able to access from the middleman will highly likely be CV, current value only, not PV, potential value. In order to execute the backfill, you'll need to mobilize the sales team, plus or minus any telequalification resource you may be able to access, to profile as close to all customers and prospects as possible. Design and set auditable, objective profiling factors for the sales team members to score each of their customers when on site. For example, number of pupils in a school, number of staff in a retail outlet, number of beds in an aged care facility, and on and on. Then, the chosen factors must represent the best proxies for absent real PV data. Simultaneously, leverage all strong rep-to-customer relationships to call on a favour. Ask those very loyal customers to divulge their real PV data, revenue and margin preferably. Now you should have close to a top to bottom set of PV profile proxy scores for the customer base in question from the sales team profiling exercise, along with a partial set of real data from the favorite customer divulge exercise. For all customer where you have both proxy PV proxy data and real PV data, run statistical correlations to assess the strength of each proxy used. Narrow down the proxies to be used in the next step to those that reach a level of correlation strength and statistical significance you're happy with. Mathematically convert the scores for those selected proxies to real PV data equivalent. Continue this process for all customers for which you only have PV proxy scores. Voila! Now you have derived a set of revenue margin PV for all customers, whether the data was divulged by the customer or not. The same principle will apply for PV, for your CV, although this time you may not need to ask strong customer relationships to divulge their data, their real data. Depending on the trading dynamic of your wholesale reseller channel partners, we usually find that some level of end customer real CV data is available to you from them. In some cases, you may have to pay for it. Then complete the same analytical techniques as for PV as I've described. Okay, hop to it. Nothing like real data to help direct your sales team members on which customers to visit and how often, especially when cost of visit, when properly loaded, these days can run into several hundreds of dollars a visit. Got to make each one count. Hope you found that interesting. Don't forget, we're only ever a phone call away if you'd like to discuss or explore how this applies in your organisation. Over and out for this instalment.